Katie O'Reilly and welcome to Katie's Food Carnival. So many times we have heard nose to tail. Well, in this episode, I'm going to show you root to frond. What does that mean? If you've ever done any gardening, oftentimes you have found how important and precious all parts of those veggies are because it takes longer to grow than you think, right? So in this episode, I'm going to use it all and make it delicious. Let's jump into the Carnival kitchen. Here I am in the Carnival kitchen cooking from root to frond. I love it because when you're growing vegetables, you treasure every aspect of that because you watch it and you water it and you coddle it and nurture it, and when it grows, you are thrilled. So you don't want to throw out any part of that. Well, that's true because somebody grows it somewhere. So let's treat them all the same. So often I have seen corn be just shucked and so many parts of it just thrown away and only the kernels eaten. Granted, we are so familiar with the kernels, so I have made a Mexican street corn cup with roasted corn. Check it out. Here in the Carnival kitchen, I am working with the Midwest favorite, corn on the cob. Oh my God. Growing up here, my neighbors were cornfields. No longer the truth. Now it's grocery stores and convenience stores, but at the time, it was amazing. So corn is a memory that really, really speaks to me. All aspects of the corn. When we peel our beautiful corn, it's on the cob. What we can do with these husks, which are precious, is soak them in water so they don't burn and they stay moist. And then it's incredible to wrap your seafood. Let's take a giant scallop, for example. And all we have to do is take these husks. We've seasoned our scallop in a little salt and pepper. If you want to do a little drizzle of olive oil, that's fine. Wrap it completely like a little gift. Tie it with a little bow, and you've got yourself a grill package. How cool is that? That will go right on the grill. Once it's moistened, that's not going to burn. It's going to steam that scallop with a little corn essence. That's our husk. Now we're thinking, okay, if we want to throw our cob on the grill and then cut it off the cob, one of my favorites. We are going to utilize this into such an amazing street corn. I kind of call it the Mexican street corn bite because I'm not going to just serve it in a bowl. Let me show you. I like to do a little crema, Mexican crema. It's got a little bit more tart than just sour cream. So it's one of my favorites in this dish. And then we are going to go with our additives. So once this gets all stirred in, I love lime juice for moisture because anything with corn gets highlighted with a citrus. We do a queso fresco, just crumbled right in there. And we have chipotle powder if you want. You can get the peppers just in a can, or you can buy this beautiful paste and add some of that. Now, chipotles are a smoked jalapeno, so just remember they can get spicy fast. And when we stir this up and get it nice and mixed, we are going to take our beautiful corn cups. And this is what I've done here. I have taken tortillas and made them into a cup shell. So this is perfect for our service to our guests. We'll take a little bit of our corn salad. I'm just going to demo one here. We will load it up. Oh, so cool. Then what I think is just one of those hidden Mexican ingredients that you don't always hear about is the cotija cheese. It's kind of like for Italians what Parmesan would be. It's salty and it's dry, and obviously a lot of people around here are liking it because this is going to go over big. Squeeze a lime. Wait till you see what I do with the corn husk. I put it in that corn cup to keep it crispy and add texture to it, but then that husk that I wrapped around that scallop, let me reveal. Let's take a look at what's inside our little husk package and how adorable this looks. It's so steamy and delicious. You see how beautifully cooked that scallop is? Just gorgeous. And let's do this, a little lemon squeeze, and we are in business. You've got yourself an incredible scallop dish. This is just perfectly cooked and beautiful. Infused with that corn husk flavor, steamed perfectly. Highly recommended. Now, what happened to those corn cobs? Let's see that. I love bringing you over to the stove because this is the real cooking. I have taken those corn husks, or corn cobs, I'm sorry, not the husks, the corn cobs, and sunk them right into my soup to make that rich, delicious broth. Manhattan clam chowder going on here, and wait until you see what I've done. So look at that. I'm just gonna pull that out because we're not gonna eat that, but all that incredible flavor has just steeped into my broth. I also love to do it with celery hearts. Look at that, that is incredible. So these get pulled out. The celery, when I get to that segment, I actually add it back in. Another trick to making soups that I want to talk about, because this is utilizing all parts, and sometimes people don't tell you their real secrets. And what you want to do is, if you're adding potatoes, once you peel and boil your potatoes on the side, you want to get a salty flavor in those. You're going to add these at the last minute, right before service, so they don't break down and get mushy and lost. I'm going to slip those in. And of course, because we had to peel our potatoes, what do? We make chips out of potato skin crisps. You'll see me serving these with dip in a minute. And it makes the most beautiful soup broth you have ever seen. So today I am showing more ways than one to get your best. Out of all aspects of that corn. Let's keep rolling. What comes next? Broccoli. Broccoli, don't throw away the stems. Don't just buy the florets. The stems are meaty and delicious. I'm just gonna quickly show you a quick pasta. Hi, Katie O in the Carnival Kitchen, and broccoli is next. Broccoli. So often I see people just cut the florets and toss away that stem. And I believe that you need to go using it. So let me show you the best ways to do that. Absolutely feel free to use the florets for something that a recipe might just call for the florets. Sometimes a crudité, you only want the florets, things like that. However, take those stems. Now there's a couple of ways to utilize them. You can definitely boil them down into a soup or something, but sometimes you don't always want the same thing. So instead of that, what I'm going to show you is a broccoli pasta with stems and florets with a little fresh garlic olive oil. So when we take the broccoli and we cut off the florets, they're going to look like this. We're going to take our stems, they're going to look like this. We're going to steam them, so we soften them and moisten them. If they have a thick outer core shell, just shave that off. That can be used for your soup. But either way, this will get nice and tender for you. This inside is meaty and delicious and has full vitamin-packed flavor. So after this, we are going to take garlic and olive oil, fresh garlic, fresh olive oil, warm it, do not heat it too heavily. If you want to go into a pan with it, you can even warm it in your microwave. A little trick, it's going to infuse that oil, and we get our pasta. I'm going to use a bow tie once again. I'm going to show that you're going to take these florets that have been tossed already in a little garlic, cut their stems, cut these other beautiful stems. This is what we're going to toss into our pasta. Everything is beautifully coated in that garlic olive oil. If you need a little bit more, add it. All we need to do, if you're not vegan, you top this baby with a little fresh grated Parmesan cheese, extra pepper. If you do need a little extra salt, you are golden in your vegetarian pasta with broccoli, florets, and stems. So there you have your garlic, olive oil, broccoli, little Parmesan cheese on top of pasta. It's vegetarian, it's amazing, and it's flavorful, and you used all parts of it. That's a crazy good dish. So I suggest that at any time. It's craveable too. Okay, we are gonna keep moving on. I love carrots. Carrots, carrots, carrots. Carrots could not be cooler. The frond of the carrot, the root of the carrot, the skin of the carrot. I'm gonna show it all. Everybody loves carrots, and now, more than ever, we can find them in their purest form in our market. Look at this, gorgeous colors, beautiful fronds. I'm gonna show you a couple of recipes how to use all of it. All right, let's get going. Now, first we usually are used to peeling a carrot, and you know what we're not gonna do? Throw away those peels. We're gonna take them off, put them in a pile, because later on, these are turning into, oh yes, carrot strip chips. Just toss them in your deep fryer. That's amazing. And with your dip, I love a caramelized onion dip. That's amazing, truly amazing. Crunchy, texturally, sweet, gives it all to chew. All right, with the actual meat of the carrot, we are going to take this and we're gonna roast it. And I like to roast it, grill it, whatever you wanna do. Let's put a little bit of char on some of it because when you heat it, you bring out those sugars. These are going to be a fabulous ingredient into our full dish. Now, what do we do with these greens? Now, let me show you. We're gonna take the carrot tops and throw them in our blender, our little Vitamix here, and we're gonna add it with some basil. I've got, let's say, a handful of carrot tops, a handful of fresh basil. We're gonna make a carrot top pesto. Oh my God, put both of those in there. We're gonna blend it up. I've got a cup of Parmesan cheese. Who does not love that? Quarter cup of lemon juice because that's gonna brighten the whole dish. I love garlic, so let's throw 3 tablespoons of garlic in there. Yum. Fresh chopped garlic is a dream when it comes to this dish. Half a cup of olive oil if you need more moisture, throw it in later. And of course some toasted pine nuts. Half a cup, about that. So, all right, and away we go. We are going to be blending in our Vitamix. Start slow, you got your wand, get it all chopped down there, nice and smooth. Keep in mind, if you need a little bit more moisture, add a little bit more olive oil. You can always add a little bit more lemon juice for tartness, but let's speed it up. Beautiful kitchen magic. When it's all over, it's gonna blend nice and smooth. We love this. We're gonna take our bow tie pasta. Let's make our dish. I have made a reduction with carrot juice because carrots in all ways is perfect. Carrot juice reduction with garlic and ginger adds a little extra sauce. We can just spoon a little on. This is carrots in all ways. I am telling you, this is a fantastic dish. Take some of our roasted carrots. Let's stir this in a little bit, moisturize our pasta, just kind of coat it and lacquer it. That's an amazing dish. This can be served hot or cold. Beautiful carrots, purple, yellow, and orange. Incredible. This is actually extremely trendy right now too, because believe it or not, the carrot has become ever so popular with our beautiful healthy eating and our growing of all good things. And now, our carrot top pesto. You can stir it in, you can dollop it on top, but this is going to delight the palate, all things carrot. And then we get that incredible pasta that's just zesty. That carrot top pesto has so much flavor. The lemon adds acidity and brightness. The whole dish is really cutting edge. You are gonna see carrots on more high-end restaurant menus than you've ever known before, and this is top notch. Very easy to make at home. Utilize those carrots. They're incredibly bountiful right now. Okay, and moving on. And of course we have our carrot chips, of course, which I think are never to be thrown away. All right, Fennel. Fennel has so many beautiful herbaceous properties to it, not just the bulb, but the frond. And I'm not going to totally demo exactly all the ingredients, but let me show you a couple of tricks on working with the fennel. Let me introduce you. Hi, KDO in the Carnival kitchen. Truly frond to bulb on this little fennel friend. I love fennel. It's got a licoricey quality and a crunch and a texture that is incredible. But what I've seen so often is that people only use the bulb and just throw out the rest of it. And I'm here to show you that's not what we want to do. All of it is beautiful, and we are going to utilize it in different ways. The bulb is fabulous. What we want to do is usually just take the bulb, take those stems right off the bulb, set those aside. We're going to use those in a little bit. But this bulb, there's two things we can do with it. Well, there's several things we can do with it, but two I'm going to show you right now. It's fantastic in a salad. Just use your beautiful mandolin to slice it super thin. Now, one of the tricks of the mandolin is that the sharp blade you're going on, we're gonna get some beautiful slices. So as you get down, use your guard. It scares me so much when I see people not using their guard. As you get slower, this portion, just watch your fingers. As you get smaller, use your guard. Okay, now that's excellent. If you want to, you just toss this into a salad. You can do a champagne vinaigrette, anything you want. Last minute, dress it, serve it to your guests. It's gorgeous with salmon, anything like that. Now, another thing is I'm gonna make a shrimp dish with this, in which case, I actually want it a little chunkier, so I'm gonna utilize my knife skills, and we are going to dice this up a little bit. Garlic, fennel, sauteed in a pan. Add some fresh chopped tomatoes, and a little olive oil, of course. And what we're gonna come up with is a little kitchen magic here. It pairs beautifully with shellfish. So I have taken an amazing shrimp dish, and like I said, I've got fennel as my licoricey base, garlic, olive oil, fresh tomatoes, all stewed down together. Now what are we gonna do with these fronds? I adore the licoricey freshness of the fresh herb of the frond. You can stir them into your dish, absolutely, but you can also put them on top as a burst of absolute flavor to highlight this dish. So amazing. Use the bulb to frond. And when we have our final dish, it is roasted down, tomatoey, the shrimp are perfect, and that frond on top kicks it up a notch. I mean it. It kind of adds a whole nother dimension of flavor. Because of that licoricey, it's got like a bite. It really draws in your palate, so it's excellent. Don't throw away those fronds, utilize them. If you don't want to do them in this dish, add them to your shrimp salad, add them to anything that you want. Shellfish and fennel are perfect, so is salmon with fennel. Okay, before me, I have beautiful lobsters. So even if you wanted to cover that with fennel, oh my God, or if not, a fennel sauce, fennel cream sauce, perfect. Celery tops seafood celery. It goes in, it goes on. Celery hearts go into your soup. You can pull them out just like those corn cobs, pull them out at the same time, then just chop them up again and re-add them. Re-add them to your soup. It's amazing texturally, and it's been infused with so much flavor. So you're getting that extra vegetable ingredient in your soup. Take the crisp celery stalks, add them to your shrimp scallop salad, your lobster salad, whatever you're doing, get it done. And here's a New England style. When you add those leaves on top, you are really adding the herb of the celery. So that's where the herbaceous flavor comes in. When celery was first used, it was used only for those leaves. So many people throw them away or only put them as a garnish in a Bloody Mary. I say keep going with them. You'll be pleased. Pineapple. So many people, grilled pineapple is very common, and it is absolutely endorsed by me. I love it. But what do we do after that? Take those stalks, grill them up, whiz them up, in your Vitamix and make your own teriyaki. This is what I'm doing with my pineapple core. I've grilled it. I've thrown it into my Vitamix and made an incredible pineapple core puree. It's sweet and delicious. We are making our own udon noodle teriyaki. Pineapple juice into your Asian mixtures is perfect. I love teriyaki and I love to make it myself. I start with a little olive oil and then sesame oil. Normally people would use sesame oil, but I don't like too much. I like just a couple tablespoons. After that, we're gonna go with a little bit of garlic. Let's get, a little bit of garlic, Katie. We love our garlic. And then there goes our ginger. Amazing, garlic and ginger, we love it. What else makes up our teriyaki? Brown sugar and tamari soy. You can get this even in a gluten-free. This is the base. Now our magic ingredient is our pineapple juice. After that, I'm going to suggest you can add anything. You can stir in a cabbage, pepper, onion combination. I love edamame out of their shell. Here's our udon noodles. You can even top it with some shrimp. Wait to see what I come up with. But your teriyaki is spot on. That teriyaki is just incredible, and when homemade, you taste that sweet, fresh pineapple flavor. And don't throw away the skins. Infuse them into hot water. Steep them in some hot water. I've added some apples as well with the skin on. You literally get an infused water with a bright fruity flair that has pineapple essence and no calories. It's incredibly fresh in the summer. I love beets. I love beets in all ways. I'm just gonna talk beets for a minute. There are two schools of thoughts on beets out there, and I am definitely one of the lovers of beets. I adore beets in so many different versions. I can't imagine throwing out any part of this beautiful plant. Normally, when we think of the beet, we think of the beetroot. We roast it, we do all kinds of things. Today, I'm gonna show you a homemade pickled beetroot, because this is incredible if you've got a lot of beets in your garden, or if you've just gone to the farmer's market and gotten a bushel of beets and you want something else to do with them. Pickle those up. They will store, even a quick pickle, for 2 weeks in the fridge. Allspice, vinegar, just warm your vinegar and your herbs in your pickling spices, whatever direction you want to go in. Some of the warmer spices are nice, like a cinnamon or an allspice, a clove, something like that. And then bring your vinegar to a boil, but let it reduce. When it's just warm, add those beets sliced up, let them absorb the flavor, and you are going to have one of the most beautiful pickled beets. Sliced thin is the trick on these because you want them to really get infused with that pickling spice. Yum, all summer long. Then what? We've got our stalks, right? We've got our stalks. Most people would just throw those away. No, 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 no. Cut them up, put them in a pan, olive oil or bacon, even better. Utilize that bacon fat. Saute them all up. Douse them with a little bit of extra olive oil, and if you like, a little vinegar, salt and pepper. Oh my God, they're craveable as a side dish to anything. That's a side vegetable right there. You can do the same thing with the greens. These lovely leaves are full of flavor. I know we're adding bacon, not pretending to be delicious and nutritious about it, but actually just delicious. That is incredible. Add that with a fish, something else, something lighter to balance it, a vegetarian dish. You are really good to go. You're gonna really get a earthy bite with a seafood. I love that. And then of course, when working once again with the beetroot, we like to peel it, make the beet chip. Dip it in your caramelized onion shallot dip. You are off to the races. Beets are amazing. If you don't want to get your hands red, use kitchen gloves. And now you see so many ways to use that beet. I don't ever want you to throw away those greens or stems again. It is definitely a usable ingredient. And last but not least, I think that watermelon has to be addressed. Actually, we have 2 more ingredients. Watermelon with pickled watermelon rind. Here I've taken the meat of the watermelon, mixed it with arugula, feta, a little balsamic, but check out these pickled watermelon rinds. How often do we carve up a watermelon in the summer? For me, often, almost daily, because it's delicious, it's refreshing, it's like burst in your mouth, beautiful. And what happens is I love the red, juicy meat of a sweet watermelon. What do I end up doing? Wanting to throw away the rind. However, if we're really being smart, what do? We carve off the green stuff and we pickle the rind. Look at that. Now, what does it take to pickle watermelon rind? First off, slice it super thin. Some people leave the green on. I think the thinner you slice it, the more it becomes like a crunchy relish on top of something, a zesty treat on top of any kind of sandwich or fish or hot dog. It's amazing. In order to pickle, let me show you our pickling ratios. 2 cups of white vinegar, ½ cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of salt, a ¼ cup of allspice, and several bay leaves. What we're going to want to do is heat our liquid, reduce our sugar, dissolve it all, then add our pickling, and let it just simmer in and we don't want to cook the watermelon pickle, we just want to heat it and infuse it and make it zesty. Fresh, bright, delicious, a perfect additive to any sandwich. It's almost like a relish, but it's a pickle. Delicious. And let's not forget the mushroom. And the reason I bring up mushrooms, I'm not going to do too much with mushrooms. You've seen my stuffed mushrooms before. But one thing I want to remind you of is don't throw away the stems when you're doing a stuffed mushroom. Add them back into the mixture so that you can utilize all aspects of the mushroom. Nothing should be thrown away. There's flavor in all of the aspects of the ingredients. And I'm about to be right back with dessert. So here we are. I'm going to start us off with lemons because lemons are delicious. We have used the lemon juice into a lemon meringue pie, and then we have taken the rind and just on top done a little bit of that zest just to brighten it. Another one is coconut. Once we get that beautiful coconut milk mixed into our cream, we utilize the meat of the coconut toasted on top for texture. You can also stir the milk into the whipped cream on top. There's so many different ways. Now, an area that I think that I need to mention is that there are some items that you should not actually use the leaves or the seeds. And I'm going to tell you a couple of those. First being rhubarb. Now, so often we don't recognize it because we don't grow our own rhubarb. And when we get it in the store, we get just the stalks. However, if you happen to find it with the leaves are actually poisonous. I have an amazing rhubarb pie here. It's got custard in it. It's incredible. Another one is the tomato. And I'm bringing this up. I don't have a tomato pie sitting here. However, I do bring this up because oftentimes people have these gorgeous tomato plants, and if they think they can use the stems and the leaves, those are not to be used. They'll make you very, very nauseous. All right, the apple. I am showing the most incredible apple pie. And I love apple pie, if you haven't figured that one out. And then I've taken the skin, because the apples inside are skinless, fried them, cinnamon sugar. Now that's a treat. However, a warning, the seeds inside, they contain cyanide. Do not eat apple seeds. Keep your kids away from apple seeds. It's not going to kill you at first, but in too high of dose, it's definitely going to take you down and make you feel pretty bad. So that's pretty much it. It's been a fabulous episode. Love you. Can't wait to see you next time on KDO's Food Carnival. Thanks for spending time together with me.